Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Bakar, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. This is your brother Ayash Gabar, coming at you with another short lesson that I pray that you find edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This devil is putting out heavy demons amongst the brothers. This devil has cast spells on the brothers, upon the hopeful elect. And bros are going through it. Bros are fighting ailments, wicked spirits, whatever it is, bros are going through it in the spirit. And this is a short lesson that I pray it helps someone understand something that I just went through for edification, because this devil will actually, or Satan is working overtime trying to get the hopeful elect to go off. He is constantly trying to sift the house of Israel. He's constantly trying to get you away from Yahweh Yahweh Shai. That's his job. That's his purpose, to get men to do wicked, which is why the scriptures say, pray always. Pray, pray, pray. You have a problem, pray on it. You're dealing with a situation that really hasn't turned into a problem yet, pray on it. Even when days are good, pray on it. Because at some point, it's gonna come about where you're gonna have to pray harder than you've ever prayed before, to get rid of certain demons, because these demons out there are getting more and more powerful. They're getting more and more cunning to, devise ways, to get under your skin, to have you go off on things that you really wouldn't otherwise go off on. And what I mean by go off is, these demons are working in such a way, to have you frustrated over simple shit, over things that really don't even matter, and through the spirit, you have to be cognizant of what these demons are trying to do to you, and it's only through the spirit that you can actually acknowledge what's going on, which is why it's so important for you to have the brotherhood, which is why it's so important why Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has put brothers around you to see where you may be going off, in terms of conversations, in terms of your actions, in terms of you're doing whatever. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has put brothers there to correct other brothers. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has created a system of support, outside of the comforter, to allow bros, to get together and help one another through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So, I'm not going to tell you what happened specifically, but I will say that a demon jumped on me that caused me to take a very simple thing and make it more complicated than what it was. And what that did was cause me to get frustrated, and in my frustration, I wanted I just wanted to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted, to leave the situation the way that it was, with me leaving and me frustrated at a brother. And that wasn't right. Hindsight, well, in hindsight, it wasn't right. And I knew it wasn't right when I was doing it. So another brother approached me and said, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Are you all right? You know? And I said no. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he put those words in me to say no. Because it could have easily have gone the other way, where I'd have been like, yeah, I'm all right, when in fact I'm not all right. You know what I'm saying? So now, had I said, yeah, I'm all right, and left that situation, that demon would have been on me, you know, in my mental, you know, causing me to think certain things and do certain things. But Yahweh Shem Yahushai is beautiful, bro. He put it out there. He put it in the open to cause me to say, no, I'm not, I'm not all right. Which in all essence allowed the brothers to help me. You know what I'm saying? Because all that day I just felt, there was something on me, but I didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? All that day I felt as though, I didn't feel right, but I didn't know what it was until I got around the brothers. And after I was around the brothers, it came out that, well, I realized it then that, I had I had a wicked spirit on me. You know what I'm saying? And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he allowed me to nullify that situation and acknowledge the fact that my situation that I was mad about, or I'm not even going to say mad about, but kind of frustrated about, was nothing. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how these demons work. You know what I'm saying? They work on you, to bring about a simple thing that would not otherwise make you upset, get you upset to the point where, you just want to do things that you would not otherwise want to do. So that's why it's very important for bros to actually stay in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? And quite honestly, it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to be tested. No matter who you are, you're going to have spirits on you, acting on you. No matter who you are, you're going to have to deal with things in a spiritual sense. But just understand what it is. Because the moment you can understand what it is, you can now fight those things through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, instead of letting those things fester within you, and constantly boil and build up. I praise Yahweh Shem Yahushai for getting that off me when it happened, because that actually could have been something that caused, a bro, to fall out. That, what I'm saying? If you're not in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and not realize that, something like that could have happened to someone else, another brother, that would cause that bro, to get so mad that, he would want to fall out. So the Lord has taught me a valuable lesson in this, in that nothing is that important that you should be mad at a brother. Nothing is that important. Now, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? If a brother's going off and, he doesn't want the correction or even deal with the correction, that's something different. But what I'm referring to is that if it's something that a brother has done to you that offended you, nick that shit in the bud when it happens. Nip it in the bud before it happens, because if you let it go, that spirit will constantly building you and building you and building you. Next thing you know, you're looking at that brother side eye. Let that shit go. Learn to let that shit go. Because in the end, that's what these evil spirits are working on. They're working on anything that they could possibly wedge in there to cause you to fall away from the truth, fall away from your brothers, and fall away from Yahweh Yahweh Shai. You know? So you have to be cognizant of these. You have to actually be spiritually circumspect also of these things. You know, not only do you have to be circumspect of your surroundings, but you also have to be spiritually circumspect of what these demons are trying to do to you. You just can't be out here thinking that you're not going to be attacked by evil spirits. You know, our warfare is not carnal. No, it's not. But you also have to deal with, the spiritual things that's trying to get you out of this truth. That's trying to sift bros. Because this is crunch time. And these wicked elites, they have their priests throwing out spells, to attack bros. They have things in place, or wicked spells in place that actually attack the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And the moment you give these wicked spirits room to fester and to grow is the moment you allow them into your house, and they will do just that, fester and grow. And next thing you know, you're sitting on the sidelines wondering what happened, calling on the wrong name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So be very circumspect. And the point of this lesson altogether is basically to not offend bros. Not offend bros, because although you may have a certain way of explaining things, it may not be perceived to the bro on how you explain it. The way you do something that you may think is right in your eyes might actually offend another bro. So you have to be very clear and concise with your brother on what you mean or on what you plan to do, because the perception could be off. And that misconception could cause strife amongst you and the brother. Because how I meant it and how it's perceived are two different things. You can have an entire argument based on how you mean something, but if it's not perceived by the other brother in the context at which you meant it, then you have a problem. Because not every brother can see the way you see or understand things the way that you understand them. You know what I'm saying? But you have to put it in such a way that through the Spirit, he can actually understand what you mean. The book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 10. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another. The way I handled the situation was totally wrong, and my brothers corrected me on that. They rebuked me on that, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I didn't take that rebuke with offense. I took it, I accepted it, and I saw where I went wrong. And quite honestly, the water Yahweh Shem Yahushai for allowing me to do that. Verse 11. Not slothful in business, fervent in the spirit, serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Rejoicing in hope, patience in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. And that's it, because the way I was ready to handle the situation was totally off. It was totally off, and I got rebuked for that. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai taught me a lesson at that moment. Any issue that you have with a bro, handle that shit right then and there. Don't let that shit fester. Deal with it. With men. We are, we are men, and deal with it as such. The book of Galatians chapter 5 and verse 13. For brethren, you have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh. Yeah, get out of your fleshly emotions. Don't try not to deal in the flesh. Although we are fleshly beings, and a lot of times, you know, you may have a situation come upon you in the flesh, but try not to acknowledge the flesh as being your controlling device. Try to stay in the spirit as much as possible, and understand that everything that happens for a reason. What happened to me happened for a reason, and that reason was correction and understanding on something that I don't know. You know, the reason they hit me yet, all I know is that, you know, it was a lesson learned on my behalf. You know, how will it show itself later down the road? I don't know, but I'm sure it will, because it is a lesson that I learned through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Rebuke is a beautiful thing. Rebuke is a beautiful thing because it actually teaches you about yourself that other brothers have of you through the spirit and power of the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because when you're being rebuked in righteousness by the other bros, which is why it's so important for you to acknowledge and actually respect what Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has put in place in terms of the brethren. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. And those brothers serve love to me by rebuking me. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, I understand that. Verse 14. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, and thy neighbor is your fellow brethren. Your neighbor is your fellow brethren in the truth. Your neighbor is your fellow brethren through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And that's very important. So if any bros are having issues with, you know, being quickly frustrated, or, you know, or you might have an issue with a bro, nullify that shit. Nullify it, because it's simple. Satan is doing his work. Spells are being cast to pull you away from Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. We understand these things and we know these things. How is it that you let these things take control of you unless you're not cognizant of it or you don't care about it? So I thank Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for enlightening me in these things, giving me the understanding of myself. We all need work, and we all are working on ourselves through the spirit and power of the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? And we constantly are fighting every day. You know what I'm saying? To stay righteous as much as we possibly can. We go off. Yeah, we go off. And you might actually have an issue with a bro. And y'all might actually have an argument. But at the end of the day, nullify that shit. Nullify it. Nullify it. Let that shit go. Don't let it fester. Because that festering will cause you to fall out. And trust me, at this in particular point in time, you don't want it. You want to stay in the spirit as much as possible. You want to show brotherly love. You want to be there for bros as much as possible. So, you know, I pray that you found this lesson edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? It's just something I wanted to bring up in the spirit, because, you know, I think bros need to hear this, you know, especially now, that times are getting very, very serious. They've always been serious for the prophets, but they're going to get even more serious. You know, it's coming down into the wire where the persecution is right around the corner, and you're going to have to actually depend upon your brother. The persecution is right around the corner where that man standing to your left or to your right is going to be the one that's going to pull you up, you know, to help you along when you fall off. And so it's very important to understand what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has put in place. With where two or more gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of them. And that is very real. We are judges. We are future rulers in the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We can't be dealing with trivial shit on this side that mean absolutely fucking nothing. And I got frustrated over fucking nothing. And that embarrassment that actually shamed me because I saw it. I seen it. But again, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, He allowed me to see how trivial that shit really is. Nothing on this side is worth your salvation except the work. The work that you do on this side is accounted worthy on the other side. The money, the women, the cars, the home, the job, the this, the that, the none of that shit means nothing except doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's the only thing that means anything on this side. So, you know, again, you know what I'm saying? If any bros are dealing with anything that they find to be troublesome, analyze that shit. Analyze that shit and ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth getting frustrated over? Is it worth losing a brother over? Is it worth falling out of the truth over? Ask yourself these questions before you let this shit fester. Because at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's about Yahweh Yahweh Shai. It's when you make it about yourself that you actually lose sight of what you're fighting for. And so with that, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makakwarash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. And until the next lesson, Adonai Matazah, Shalom.